Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to Big Bacon's Collection. Today, we're looking at the G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Stomper. I'm only kidding. That does not exist. What we're actually looking at is the Marvel Legends Hydra Stomper from the Disney Plus series What If? Now, in this fictional series, it's a whole bunch of stories about what happened if instead of this happened. And in this case, Steve Rogers did not become Captain America. Instead, with a captured Tesseract, Howard Stark builds him his very own iron suit, powered by the Tesseract, and it's called the Hydra Stomper. I managed to pick this up on clearance from a local GameStop. It was prior to the half off everything on clearance sale, unfortunately, but I'm glad I got it when it did because it's not currently available at any location I go to now. So, glad I got it when I did. Now, without any further ado, what do you say we actually get into the review? We're going to start off with the accessories. It comes with two sets of hands. One is a set of fist hands for double fisting action. Love you, Elite Legend! And the other is a set of action posed opened hands. Comes with a jetpack for flight capability. When it comes in the pack, it comes disassembled, but all it is simply snapping that peg on, lining up the hose there, and you're good to go. The pack itself does articulate into a closed position or an open position. It is all cast in the same kind of army green, olive drab green. There is a little bit of paint detail on the intakes and on the actual jet portions. You get this black streaking like an actual internal combustion engine. There is a handhold molded up here for Captain Carter to ride on, but anybody who owns the Captain Carter figure knows that with the articulation, there is no way in hell you're going to get her on the back of this thing. Comes with a set of blast effects. Now there are no ports in the hands because there are no repulsors on the Hydra Stomper. I mean, it's World War II for crying out loud. But they do peg into the bottom the jetpack nicely, giving you that blast off look. Gotta love that. Sorry, I'm in a much wider angle than usual, so focus wise it's just not looking quite as crisp as usual. Now let's get into the figure, the Hydra Stomper. Now the sculpt on this thing looks great. The eyes have that sort of bluish white look that almost makes it look like it's glowing. Same with the housing for the Tesseract. Got these nice tampoed Army style emblems, C-15, U.S. Army Star. A little bit of paint detail up here on the head with a darker color. And a couple of these recessed areas on the arms. Same with the knees. The feet have a multi-tone color, but these are actually molded in that plastic, and this is a separate piece. It slips in. Very nice looking. All the rivets all over it gives it that very industrial World War II feeling. Got a communications antenna. The belt here is a separate piece. It is loose, but it holds its place fairly well. And what I love, in the show, this area here opens up, and this is how Steve gets in and out. But Steve's a scrawny little guy. He's not just jumping up here, because, hell, a normal Marvel Legend stands up to here on him. But they've actually molded in the ladder to climb up and get inside. How cool is that? This boy, because of his size, will be on the beefy boy shelf. Let's go over some articulation, shall we? You've got the head on top of a double dumbbell. So looking up, you don't really get a great flight look. You know what I mean? There is no real way to look up, and it's because of how high this back shoulder piece is molded. But looking down, he's got a great down range. He's got a detented head rotation and some great tilt. Oh, beautiful tilt. His arms, the shoulder pads are a separate piece, so they do not get in the way of the arm coming up. Well, okay, the arms come up 180 degrees, straight up. They do rotate all the way around. Bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow, which gives you pretty close to 90 degrees, which is actually amazing on a figure this size. The hands rotate and have a horizontal hinge. Now the other arm is different than this arm. This arm is just armored. This hand also has a horizontal hinge, but it's also got the weapons package. It is pegged, so these blast effects are too large for it, but if you've got a proper sized one, you might be able to actually get a blast effect up in there. Waist has great rotation, and then, and then there's a little bit of crunch factor, but it doesn't hold in any way. Oh, you have to love your children, let me tell you. Anyways, back to it. The leg is on a detented lift. Now that being said, this one does not get up very high because of the ladder. This one does not get very high because of the sculpt. I mean, that's all the further it lifts up. Of course, I'm not planning on something this large and heavy to be doing a lot of dynamic action moves. Comes out about that far, which isn't terrible. Back just a little bit. The knee is a single hinge, which comes back pretty close to 90. Actually, yeah, damn close to 90, if not exactly 90. Foot articulates, hinges back that far, forward a little bit. Front facing pin for rocker. And I forgot to check, yes, there is a side cut up there. So all in all, not a whole lot of articulation, but not really planning on a whole lot of articulation. Now let's get on to the biggest flaw that this figure has. This figure is big. This figure is heavy. This figure is insanely top heavy. Now that being said, the feet are very small. And a lot of this is behind that center point of balance. And then you've got these heavy things, which peg right back into the back of it. And when that's done, getting this guy to stand becomes quite a chore. It can happen, it can be done. It just takes a lot of finessing. In this case, I've got the arm extended straight out as a counterbalance. The other arm out slightly forward of the center of balance. And it helps. But the greatest help possible is to put this guy in the back row against a wall. Because any slight shaking or will send this guy tumbling. Even now, he's not wanting to play nicely. So there you have it. The Disney What If Hydra Stomper. So I've already got him posed. I've got his jetpack on. I will not be using the blast effects because that's even more weight added to the back. So let's get him up there with the beefy boys. He's actually the tallest one on the shelf right now. So there you have it. Once again, I thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that notification bell, and I will see you all next time.